Hey, what's going on YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. It's Collectin' Madness. There's always madness in love, and we love collecting. Now, as you can see, we have another package today from Wicked Brick Display Solutions. There's two pieces inside this box, and that's why it's actually this big, so bear with me if it's not all the way in frame. But what we are going to do is unbox this thing and show you what's on the inside. So as you guys have seen, I've had this on the channel before, not specifically this one, but another Wicked Brick Display Solutions display base. I got it for my Anakin Starfighter. So as we open this up, I do want to say we are 6 subscribers away from 200. So I do want to say a massive thank you to you guys. If you're watching this channel and you haven't subscribed yet, please consider doing so. As I said, we're so close to 200, and I think actually I'm going to do another giveaway once I hit 300 subscribers, and I probably will give away another $100 in gift cards to whatever shop you would like to shop at. So as I've stated, I've had their products here before. So I'm super excited to get this out. This is for my Millennium Falcon and my AT-AT. I think that was all the tape, and it should just lift up here. This should just lift up here. And you can see a little bit of the footprint for the AT-AT. What I'm going to do now, and some studs here. What I'm going to do now is get it all out, kind of go over one piece at a time, and then talk about it more. So, as I've said for the third time now, I keep getting distracted. I have bought from them before. If you saw my last video on them, it's not a super old video, but it's earlier in the channel when I first started it. I actually unboxed one of these, and I was super confused. Now I know what they look like and what to expect, so hopefully this should be a lot more smoother as far as putting it all together, getting all the tape off of it, and putting it together. The packaging is still lovely as always. Like, they always wrap this up super nice, super shiny, and get everything just the way I like it. However, as I've said, I wish there was a bit more instructions that come with it, so maybe they did that this time. I don't know. But the whole point of unboxing in front of people is to kind of find out as I find out. Now, as you can see, there is quite a bit of few pieces here for this Millennium Falcon. And yeah, there's no instructions, so I'm a bit confused, but we're gonna do this together. So the pieces come like this, all disassembled. You kind of have to put it together. As I said, there's no instruction manual. However, I have found that going online you can see what it looks like put together, but then again there's also some basic knowledge here to where you can put it together. As far as, you know, this piece will go here, and this is actually the plaque. We'll unwrap this a little bit more and you'll be able to see it clearly. It happens to have the model number and how many pieces are in the set itself, so I think that's really cool. Now, what is also really cool is that when you order online from these guys, you do have a bunch of different options. You can just get the base itself. Obviously, it comes with the legs to display whatever Lego piece you have. Or you can get the second piece like I did, which has little studs for your minifigs to go on. And that simply kind of displays, it like just fits right in there to make a bigger display, just like that. So I'm going to unwrap all of these, put it all together, and then you'll be able to see what it looks like. I do want to put a quick disclaimer out there, as I've said in my last video, but if you're new here and just watching this one, I like to start a little bit of a edge, you know, with something sharper that can get underneath there. However, because this is very high gloss, you do want to be careful. and not do it the whole way. And then once you start it, you can just, start peeling it, and then you'll see the finish underneath. But it's very easy to peel, and then once you have the other, and you can really see how glossy it is. So like I said, we'll do this and then we'll come back. Just about what every piece looks like without all the plastic on it. And I will say I'm very glad that they protect it like this. As I said, these are custom pieces. It does take a while to get over here, but the reason I keep buying them is because they clean up your display, they make things easier to put on the shelf, and they just look great on the shelf. And I wish Lego came with these stands, but I can understand why. They're already expensive as it is, and so to have something like this from another company who's actually partnered with Lego is pretty great. Like I said, we would take a closer look at this. And what I really love about this is you get a little bit of the Millennium Falcon here, the model number, how many pieces are in the set, and then a cool little silhouette of like Lando, C-3PO, R2, Leia, and Chewie all right there. Now you can see it is very fingerprinty, but once it's all put together and I have the Millennium Falcon on it, I will not be touching it. So that's what gives its look and kind of illusion that it's flying. So here we are with the first set completely built. You can see this is where part of the Millennium Falcon will attach at the top, and it'll kind of be on this angle. I will get it out here in a sec. As I said, I promise guys that's coming, but I kind of wanted to give you an idea of what it looks like before you do that and how the structure is built. There is this clear acrylic going across to help it stay stable and keep these straight up in a line. So I really do like that. You got the plaque front and center, and then as I said, I opted for the display stand with the minifigures, so I could either have them inside the ship or outside if I would like. Now I do want to say real quick, as I was putting this together, it was pretty easy and basic to put together. However, it is a little tough getting those acrylic pieces into the other pieces. It's a little tight, it's pretty squeaky, but with that being said, it could also be a good thing because that just means it's sturdy and it's in there tight and it's not going to go anywhere. There was no cracking. There is, however, a lot of fingerprints on this, so I will always have to clean it, and I'll probably treat it with some dust repellent or whatever. But enough talking about all that. You guys want to see what it looks like on the display stand. So as I said, guys, here we have the Wicked Brick display all put together, all in its glory, and it looks absolutely amazing. I did opt to put all the figures down here on the bottom. I did have two in the cockpit. However, I didn't want to do that because you couldn't really see them, and there would be two little minifig studs down there, and I didn't want it to look empty. So this, just completes the look, in my opinion. Now, you can still use your set fully. You can open every compartment and it stays there, and I just like the way this is posed at an angle. So this just absolutely blew my mind, and I highly recommend this to anybody. Now you can go online and pick this up for around $26. I think it's like $26.50 USD. However, that does not include shipping. I don't know what shipping would be where you are, but I will link this one down in the description below. Now let's move this one out and get the next one out here. So here we have the second piece. Now this piece I was looking forward to just because it's got a little bit of a, I guess, snow kind of feel to it. There is a black version of this and a white version. I opted for the white simply because of Hoth. Now you can go with the gloss black piano like the other one did, but as I already stated, I wanted this one to match the Hoth kind of scenery. Now with this one, if you can see through the bubble wrap, it does have footprints. So the Millennium Falcon had like the acrylic stands which you had to peg into, and I will say those are very sturdy and they aren't going anywhere. I didn't shake it around on there, but it was very solid and I was super impressed. There's a lot of bubble wrap here. I'm struggling to get it out, so I'm going to unravel this and then we'll take a look. So right off the bat, I can tell why this was so heavy, or the box I mean was so heavy. It was simply because of this piece. It feels super, super solid. Obviously the wrap's on it, so all this writing won't be on there, and I'll take it off. You can see it's got this piece. This will be clear, and it pegs into this hole right over here. And it'll look like this speeder that it comes with is kind of levitating on the ground. And then you do get some little more studs, and I figured that is like to make, you know, more mountains, to make it, or not mountains, but little snow hills to kind of display it how you want it, or you can just throw them, but they won't stay on, so I recommend pegging it in. But now we're gonna take all the wrap off and then take a look at what it looks like, and the plaque is there as well. So I found out while, you know, undoing this wrap that this comes apart. It has little magnet pieces that attach it to the base, so I thought that was pretty cool, and it would make sense because it was gray underneath and I would want it black. But that's a fingerprint magnet. Here's all the plastic off, the pieces plugged in. I put the snow kind of where I wanted it, piece there, and back there. I did want to show this because the white will kind of black it out. 75288 is the model, and it comes with 1,267 pieces. Again, like the other one, you have a style engraved of what the product is, in this case being the AT-AT, and then some different kind of snow troopers. And that just pegs right in the front. And then you can see what I mean about that kind of squeaky tight sound. But once it's in, and you know it's not going anywhere. I absolutely love how these pieces look. As soon as you put these pieces, you know, wherever you want them, it definitely brings your display to a whole new level, and you can really see that here. I mean, just as far as those footprints, you can see it's kind of looking like it's buried in snow. That's why I chose the white look. And it just looks like I brought Hoth to my Lego set. There's not much more to say about this other than that they did a very good job, and I will be buying more pieces. I still have to get the X-Wing, and as well as my AT Walker. Now we have this huge battle setup. We got my guy on the speeder bike here. He got a little gunner. He could be a pilot, but I chose to have him on the ground simply because I already have one in the cockpit, which I will show here in a sec because the thing is so massive. I do have Luke hanging down. I chose to leave him there because I think it looks cool and adds to the display of him hanging there. I have another, you know, little rebel looking guy down there, the display in the front, and then that gunner right there in the back. Now if I pan up here, you can get an ideal size of the AT-AT, and you can see that this opens up, and when I do, it reveals inside. You can't really see, but you can see the top of their heads, a gunner and then a pilot or whatever. So I thought it'd be cool to keep those two in there and just leave these open as if they're like snowmounds, and adds to the realism. With that being said, if you like what you saw today, I do have some more content on the way, such as WWE and another figure review. But if you like the video, please give it a like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next one.